Breaker's band of bawdy bastards. Into Brocknar Greenwind's great story were Delden, the half-dwarven lass who's also half-elven. Though her faithful companion is nobody's fool, you'll find her hound Ivor in a puddle of drool. Brace for the brag of Brocknar the Breaker. In the fair field of battle, nobody could take her. Though the healers would tell her, please stop falling down. You can't be a breaker once you've broken your crown. Welcome, folks, to our production of Breaker's Band of Bawdy Bastards. My name is Scott Campbell, and I am going to be your storyteller today. Stories. Stories are wild, magical, powerful entities that, when set free, can evolve and grow and change with every teller and with every telling. Stories can inspire, stories can uplift, stories can transform, stories can destroy. To tell stories is to be human. As we gather together today as Waquentuan, as a circle of friends to tell collaborative stories, I wish to acknowledge the privilege we enjoy when telling our tales on the traditional territories of the First Nations and Métis people, whose ancestors' storytelling traditions have run wild across these lands for centuries, and whose proud cultures continue to enrich the stories we tell today. I am Scott Campbell. I am a professional dungeon master and storyteller. I've been doing this professionally for the last couple of years, but I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons since 1979. I have 45 years under my belt. I love this game. I have wanted to do this game professionally since I was a 14-year-old kid, and 14-year-old Scott is so happy right now. I'm also a tattoo artist. I am an artist. I am an actor. I am now a medieval storyteller, a roving storyteller at medieval fairs, and I do Edmonton Haunted House every year. That is one of my passions, is scaring people. And so hoping that I get a chance to put a little bit of fear into my players today.
I'm Bawdy the Breaker Critchley. I've been sword fighting, medieval historical reenactment since 2000. I got my current coat of plates in 2000, so it's a little mix up on the time. Too many hits to the head. I've been fighting with steels and playing this reenactment game for years and trying to tell everybody, no, that's a fantasy thing. To die, then, I got into D&D and I'm like, screw it, I want to do the fantasy thing. So I'm like calling up all my reenactor buddies, hey guys, want to play a game of D&D and then go hit each other with steels? And this would be the result. Yes, Brocknar. Brocknar is a half-elf, half-dwarf. It's a long story.
I'm sure it is.
It is a long story. Also, I'm a little too stocky to just be an elf personally, so that's how we're gonna run it.
That prerequisite.
Ivor is an actual Great Dane. He's a 2-year-old Great Dane, and when we start our reenactment, he's gonna come drool on us. So that's that. Anybody wants to know the backstory stuff, we'll get into it in game. Otherwise, it's just gonna stay under my hat.
I'm Jessup Crossfield. My background is, almost covered here. I've done reenacting in various ways for about 15 years now, but my love of D&D started when I was 12, so 28 years ago. Maybe a few more than our lovely GM by 1 or 2. Or maybe a few less. But I've created my own world in D&D. I've been a player, a game master. I just absolutely love the fantasy aspects of it and just the fun you can have. For me, my go-to passions, I've started with real reenacting, like I said, about 15 years ago. I've done Viking, Byzantine. I've helped establish with the Victorian Society here in Alberta. And I've done Edwardian, Pride and Prejudice of the Great Regency era, and I just love dressing up and having some fun with that as well. So I'm looking forward to bringing that around here. The character I'm playing is a human warlock, Haskir Flindell, and he's a bit of an interesting character. In a nutshell, he is a healer, often mistakes himself for a bit of a cleric with some arcane ability, and absolutely is in love with his patron, Kailara, who is wonderful as well, who has also taken a fancy to him. So it's been an odd relationship since he was just a young boy.
Awesome. Well, so I am Bernie. I'm playing Corvic, Broad Shoulder, Dwarf Cleric. So my passion for this game started around high school. First time I got to play it. Honestly, I was like that jock in the football team that like made fun of the guys playing this. And then one day I got invited and I never turned back. I'm very passionate about this stuff. I've been reenacting since I actually forgot when I joined Vikings Finland. It's been like probably sometime between the age of 11 and 12 is when I joined. And that was when I first picked up my first forge and my first anvil. Ever since I saw a blacksmith that like at Sunnybrook Farm, I was like, I have to find a way to do this professionally. Now I've been a professional blacksmith for the past 4 years. And yeah, and me and my brother, alongside our two friends, Nicholas Hill and Jason Stepler, we built the Guildhall here.
At this place is your
Yep.
place,
Yeah, Malcolm Armories in the Guildhall, and yeah, we're just happy to host you guys.
Yeah, well, that's why you get the stool. Like, we get the
Talk to
coffee
you
chairs.
guys. You guys get to enjoy it. Yeah, no, we built this. We built this for your enjoyment. If it was just us, it's just a bunch of weird guys in a cult. But now we have you folks here, so.
Amazing. Well, thank you for your generosity and allowing us to play.
Yeah, nice.
This is great. My name's Alex. I'm on my off time, I'm known as the Wind Crusader. I've been doing cosplay for a little bit, and that's kind of what started me getting into it more. My character's name is Corum. He's a rogue, a criminal, lone wolf kind of personality I'm going for, but obviously not. And I've been into the D&D stuff for probably almost 15 years, but I never actually got to do it because I lived up north and there wasn't much people up there. So I actually met Bernie here through one of the guys named David, and then I started talking and introduced myself, and it's like, oh, these guys have the same things. Oh, this is really cool. Our words are the same stuff. Where the heck have you been my whole life? So, yeah, I'm just happy to be here and I'm looking forward to it.
Amazing.
Hey guys, I'm Wade. I started getting into D&D way back. I was one of the unfortunate ones that jumped from group to group to group because nobody could ever finish a campaign. So I've never actually fully finished a campaign, but man, we would get into stories and I absolutely got obsessed, right? And then I would go start another story, get absolutely obsessed, and then have to start another one and another one. So I've been on and off with D&D for maybe the past 10, 15 years. I've been a Boohurt or HMB fighter since 2014. So I'm the crazy guy that actually gets hit with armor. I've been to Worlds now 3 times. I'm actually a silver medalist in polearm for Team Canada. One of Canada's first silver medals ever at an international tournament, which was... I was cheering louder than the guy that got gold, which everybody was like, the heck happened to Canada? Is like, you get the first medal. But I've always been a huge nerd. Always. Video games, tabletop, board games, you name it. So, like you were saying about being the jock at high school, I was the guy that did everything, and nobody knew what box to put me in, so it was hilarious. I enjoy a little bit of role playing and having some fun, so we'll see what kind of mischief we can get into today.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
I don't bring the pot, I just stir it.
I also wanted to add, besides thanking Bonnie, and thanking our players for coming today, to thank the Guildhall for letting us play here, to thank Dark Age Creations for bringing special effects and lighting and sound to this, and to thank Hinky Punk Emporium, which provided my mini setup for today, which I think you guys are going to enjoy, and anybody else that donated money to the project, that brought props, that have brought special effects, costumes, equipment, and talent to today's table. And I just got to say, thank you, and another resounding huzzah.
I will have a link to everybody who donated whatnot down in the description.
And perfect.